Hello, good evening, everyone. Hope everybody is doing fine on this Sunday, right? And we are conducting this Saturday session on RBI Grade-B exam, okay, which is going to be held shortly. And this exam serves as a important backup for those preparing for UPSC civil service exams. And given the subjectivity this exam has, right, sometimes we will not be able to get through the exams, especially this prelims or past couple of prelims, which has been tricky. And more often than not, many people write this exam and don't be under the impression that this is a easy exam compared to UPSC civil service exams. This has its own set of nuances and intricacies, but when it comes to the profile of the exam, the working conditions, it is much more similar to UPSC civil service examination. So just I'll share the screen, okay, and I'll give a brief introduction of our today's guest speaker, who is a very dear friend of mine, Yash. Right. To begin with here, okay, Yash cleared this exam in 2021, and he's currently working in Shimla Regional Office of RBI as a manager, and he manages the Department of Supervision and Urban Cooperative Bank section. And Yash has also appeared for a couple of UPSC civil service interviews, but unfortunately he missed out by a very few marks. That happens in life. And Yash is now spearheading the supervision department of urban cooperative section. All right, I'll just run through the agenda. First, Yash will discuss with the work profile of how it is at RBI, what are the various emoluments, perks, and how is the life there. And then onwards we will move on to the strategy for the phase one of the examination, how to approach. Here's a detailed strategy for that. And then if you have any Q&A, questions and answers you want to ask Yash, we will take that as well, right? So over to you, Yash. Okay, and you can start with the work profile of life at RBI. Yash, unmute yourself now.
Is it fine? Am I audible?
Yeah, it's fine, Yash.
Yeah.
Take it. Yes, you are
Uh,
audible. Take it away.
Fari sir, I would want to know in what phase these aspirants are with respect to the preparations. How many attempts have they given? One, two, or in that way?
Some of them have given one or two attempts. Some of them have already written mains and could
Okay.
not clear mains. But all of them would have at least given one mains, or at least appeared for a couple of prelims. So you could take
Okay.
intermediate level as a stage where they were well versed with UPSC related, but have no much idea about RBI.
Okay. So with respect to Reserve Bank of India, I think GS3 covers it all for all of you. Because all the monetary policies and economic policies are driven through banking sectors for most of the cases. So to begin at RBI, we already know that since India is the third largest economy in terms of PPP at the time, so central bank has a huge role to play. Even if you see IR, actually, so in IR also we can see that UPI integration is where the government is heading the program. So RBI is not just we are just regulating the banks. We are also spearheading the developments that may eventually be technologically superior with respect to other nations also. So I will say कि don't look RBI just as a bank. Rather, it has various functions you already know. One of which is currency management and most importantly regulation and supervision of banks. Different kinds of banks are there. You already know about this. So if there are any questions, you can tell right now only. I think I'll be happy to take whatever your point of view or whatever your questions are. So I will be taking that too. And it is not just something like you will be just sitting there and I will be the one speaking. So I would not want that. Right? Is it okay, Fari sir?
All right.
So it was my idea.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's totally fine.
yeah, yeah,
What you can do is you can just chat it out in the type it out in the chat box so that we have a collection of questions. And once we are done with the Q&A, we can always go to the detailed strategy, because Yash will also know get to know you guys better, like how it
yeah,
works and everything, your major queries, what they are. All right.
yeah,
Anybody has any specific queries, you can just type it out in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and ask it. And
yeah.
remember to mute yourself after you're done with speaking, right?
Just say hi first. So I would know, okay, I am having an audience there. If you can, maybe you may, they may be at library also, sir. Is that so? Yeah, yeah, we will
Are
all
at
cover this reasoning
Most of them
section
are at
in the.
libraries. Yeah, most
Hmm.
of them are libraries. Okay, so if you are in a library, you can just type it out here. Okay, right. With reference to reasoning section, I think Yesh has prepared a detailed document and he will
Yeah,
discuss that. Okay,
yeah,
sources and all he will discuss. Any specific doubts, like just to set the context for the meet. Okay, if you have any specific doubts, what you want to know with respect to either the strategy or life at RBI, anything, right? So you can type it out now, and or at the end of the session also we can go ahead. Yes, let's just start with the
yeah,
strategy, no? Yeah,
yeah,
we'll go with the strategy and then we will take. Okay, now we'll discuss the strategy where I'll share you that document that you have shared with me, no?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yes, yes, take it away.
Yeah. Uh, so you all are aware with respect to what is phase one, what does phase two require, and what does the interview will be later, would be a later stage. So I would want to know that the last year cutoff was around 54.25 for a prelims exam of maximum 200 marks. So the prelims cutoff, I will say that it is divided into 3 to 4 sections. One is general awareness, that comes for 80 marks. Second is reasoning, that comes for 60 marks. And then quant, 30 marks, and English, 30 marks. So since the first phase is the eliminator round, just like UPSC that we have, so around you have to be in the top 1% of these cut of, like we say, percentiles. So in order to do that, you should know that just like prelims UPSC, like in previous year questions, when we discuss these things, so we say in UPSC preparations that previous year questions are the most important source of knowledge. Even in terms of mains and prelims, it goes both ways. Apart from that, once it is really important that you look out for the previous year questions, because there will be many banking exams, many banking modules will be available with you on the internet, on the YouTube, on the other websites that there are. But you have to carefully understand what is the requirement in RBI Grade B, just as we do it in similarly in UPSC mains and prelims as well. So general awareness section, it is around 80 marks. So most number of marks should come from here, this section. And this is all about current affairs. Mostly it is. Right now they are putting bouncers also. So the cutoff for this out of 80 marks, there is a sectional cutoff too, I will say, like exam is of 200 marks. Out of that, there will be sectional cutoff for all these 4 sections that we discussed: general awareness, quant, reasoning, and English. So, with respect to general awareness, I would like to start that for these general awareness, what I did, I read through this Affairs Cloud for around 5 to 6 months. I prepared, and I did reverse mocks in terms of what kind of questions can be done. So we formed a group of 3 to 4 people, and we used to ask the questions not in the form of the current affairs that the magazines were putting in, but on the reverse side. So we could have memorized it better. And that really helped. I think around 5 to 10 questions we got it right. Since there is huge material, there is no dearth of material in terms of these current affairs. So even the examiner also, who conducts, who investigates these things, they also know the trends on how the questions are being prepared. So they want to do it in a different way, just like UPSC, how they do it. So in that way, Affairs Cloud, I trusted that source and it really helped me. And I could get a decent amount of marks, I guess, around 30, 32 marks, which was good at that point of time. So in 2021, the final prelims cutoff was 66. So if I can get 32 marks in one section, it would have just covered half of whole preparation. Right. So take this general awareness section very sincerely. Apart from that, I would say there will be three sections: reasoning, English, and quant. First, we'll do easy one, reasoning, because I think it will take too much of time. Yeah, I think R2 Chandani wants to ask a questions. Open queue.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Hi, sir.
Hi, R2.
Sir, I have a query like the general awareness. There is a 80 questions and time is just maybe 25 to 30 questions. So, how you
Correct.
manage at that time? Because I am only preparing for the UPSC and this third time I couldn't clear. That's why I want to know as a plan B I'm going. But I am fear of the CBT exam that how I will go with like there's so many questions and how to.
I know. The pressure will be there. In 25 minutes, 80 questions are a difficult mess. So I think out of these 25 minutes, it will take around, pardon me. So around 80 questions will be there. I think if you can go through 60 questions also, 65 questions in the first go, just simply you know the answers and you can just mark it off. So I think you can finish those things in 15 minutes approximately, because you will be knowing the answers. There will be some easy questions as well. So around 25% questions will be easy. 50% approximately will be moderate, but given from the past 2 years, the exam is a little bit tough. So I think moderate will reduce and the higher marks will be awarded to the difficult questions. So little bit of 30 to 35 will be higher, matlab, difficult side of questions, and then 40% maximum for the moderates and 20-25% similarly for easy. So first of all, we need to do the similar things like we do it in UPSC prelims, like 2-3 chances we take the 3 cycles of it. No, like in prelims, easy questions will do it, which we are very sure of. So initially, these two things will matter. First, how easily you can actually comprehend the question. So sometimes you know that the question is 3 to 4 lines, and there will be these points, A, B, C, D options will be there, and it will be very difficult by only seeing the options. Okay, I may or may not be knowing the answers. So sometimes then you can skip those questions because 4 lines means it will take 1 minute for you. In 1 minute, if even if you are compromising, you need to do 3 questions there. So you have to be very strategically correct in terms of how you're going to do this. So even if in the worst case, at least you can see 50 to 60 questions in first go, and that should take 17-18 minutes, I think, because the pressure will be high in terms of exam on that day. So even in 17-18 minutes, you can do those 60 questions. And even if you can pull off 25 to 30 questions, I think that should be it. For the next 8 minutes, you can again visit those questions, which you will be marking that, okay, I will be seeing it later. So those 8 minutes that you can give. So for easy questions, I think this should be the strategy. Apart from that, for 80 marks, even if you can get 25, 30 marks, given the last year cutoff was, overall cutoff was 54.25 and its sectional cutoff was 12 marks. So I think 2025, even if you can do that, so that should be good enough. It's not like all the 80 questions will be very easy and everybody will be doing 70 to 73 questions. That time has gone now. Even RBI has put up its uh, bag there. So is it fine? Like you understood like how to go about it?
Yes, sir. And
Yeah,
one more question.
yeah.
You in the UPSC prelims, we have now statements and all these things. So very less facts and very expectable fact that they may can ask this kind of fact. But in the RBI, I goes with the PYQs. I saw that they ask also fact. Having any good active recall, something method you know, or something like, or you ever make notes or something, or not?
With respect to GA, you are asking, right?
Yeah, particularly.
Yeah. So I think it is more about your rote learning also. Sometimes these things also matter. So because these
Okay.
for example, appointments of public sector bank, why would we interested in knowing the people who are going to change within 2 and 2.5 years, right? We can know President of India or maybe Vice President of India, but what will we do with the appointments of these people or even the apps that they will be pushing? So it is difficult, I know, but since there is a huge competition over there and no people are leaving any stone so unturned. So I think we should do that same. So it will be difficult. I think the better will be you do it in a group. You practice with the people. I know when I was preparing, sir. So there was Shobika was there. She's into IRS right now. There was one guy with us, Sumit. So he's into IS now in Kerala, I guess. So
Okay.
if you do hard work here also, I think it will reap benefits some way or the other way. I will hope you that you join the services which you would want. But in any case, since RBI is an exam which is at the intersection of UPSC and the other banking exam, so there will be many people out there who will be trying at least for this exam. And so since they will be rote learning, and then we might be left behind. So we would not want that. So I know it is
Okay.
difficult, but yeah.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir, can I
Yeah.
get that recorded session? Because actually I'm outside, out of the town, and I'm having not a battery. Can I get the recorded, please?
I'm
I will
trying to
give you
record
a
it,
brief
and
summary about it.
yeah, I will. I'm trying to record. I don't know how the recording will come. I'm using some external recorder. If the quality is worth it, then I'll upload it. Let's see. Okay. Fingers crossed.
Thank
Just
you.
continue, no?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, continue
Thank
with the strategy. Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions? Like then we'll just start with GA. That I've already discussed a little bit about it. If any questions are there with respect to GA section, please let me know.
Any questions with respect to general awareness section? Like, yes, just one thing. Like, you were telling about
Yeah.
PYQs, right? Where can they get these PYQs of RBI?
So even earlier, it was very difficult to get the PYQs because since it is a
Mm-hmm.
computer-based program, so
Okay.
it is very difficult to be analyzed in that way. But there is some book by Anuj Jindal. I think it is around 350 rupees on Amazon, 350,
Mm-hmm.
400 rupees. It
Okay.
has passed 4 to 5 years uh, prelims as well as means
Okay.
are from far behind from 2013 or somewhere then.
All right.
So I think it will do. Even then,
Okay.
there will be questions in Telegram. I think you can get, but it will be difficult. It will not be that arranged in arranged
Got
order.
it. All right. Okay, continue with the next section.
Yeah. So first we'll go with the English section. So there are 25 minutes approximately, 30 marks. And I would say that these 30 marks English will be at least where you will be getting a little bit of breathing time also. Because otherwise all sections will be putting too much pressure on it. In English section, you will be at least reading the things and you know, okay, from the reading things only you will be getting. So there will be two kinds of questions. One will be grammar based questions. That will be a very less questions, 4 to 5, 6 to 7 jumbled word questions, I guess. So these, but most importantly, reading comprehension is your key here. So there will be passages, right? These kinds of things will be there. In terms of what you do in your newspaper reading, your editorials, most importantly with respect to financial newspapers, I will say. So even if you can read one or two good articles on a daily basis, one or two articles on Indian economy, or so you will be well versed with how these things are going to happen. Even then also it will help you out in the later stages also. So I would recommend that you do read these economic articles that you may find it on Business Standard, even Economic Times. Just on website also you can watch or you can read these things. So at least reading comprehension will be more dependent on your UPSC preparation only. Since you will be reading good articles from the Hindu, the Indian Express, and to add to the tinge, you may add if you have time. I know the time will be difficult for you in terms of preparing, but still, if you can read one or two good articles from Business Standards Weekly, I'm not saying you get the subscription. I think you can get any PDF from Telegram channels. I think it will be available. So you start to read those things. Mint is there. I think Mint provides it for free, so you can read that too. So English, you can do this. It is more about how fast you can actually comprehend those paragraphs, sentences, and how you can make the use of it. So it will be easier section. Even in that case, we can discuss that how mock test can help you here. Since there will be pressure, I know, and what RBI does is it gives you a very difficult paragraph to read. So it won't be a very easy one also. So sometimes you will be taken aback that okay, oh, how this has come now, and how will I solve it? But then your preparation comes there. So So give mock test. There are few free mock test websites are there. So like Testbook is there. You may write it also if you want. Test book is there. It provides you free mocks. So even for English section, give 25 minutes to it and take those free sessions. I think it will help you in actually timing these things, because it may also happen that the comprehension page is of 4 to 5 pages also, and they have just put 10 marks to it. So you should know what to skim and what not to skim, right? So from textbook, you can take these free mocks for English specifically. Grade Up also helps. And then Affairs Cloud also has some tests. So these free mocks will actually help you. And do it, give these tests in a while. English, I think you will be able to do. If you have again problem, then I think mock test will be able to help you with respect to grammar, because for grammar, similar questions come mostly, even in SSC exams, bank exams, even in UPSC prelims also, when we have these passages to read, right, in CSAT. So it will be on that order only. It may go difficult since the cutoffs are getting very less. For English, it was 4.5 marks. So I can surely say that it will be difficult also. And this time there are 66 seats. So I think cutoff will little bit shoot 1.5 marks. So at least we can get 10 to 12 marks here in English, given the fact that difficulty is too high, right? So in English, if you have any problem, I think newspaper readings, I will just summarize. Second is mock test, and then keep improving on it. For English, I don't think you will require anything much since you all are UPSC aspirants.